United States military is home to a wide variety of special operations units that are a cut above the rest of the service. But there are a select few special operations units that go above and beyond the already impressive mission set and capabilities that the rest of them have. These would be the Tier 1 units under the Joint Special Operations Command, and believe it or not, the US Air Force is home to one of these units. It's known as the 24th Special Tactics Squadron. The Air Force might be the butt of many jokes when people make fun of the military, but believe me when I say that they have some badass career fields and opportunities, and the 24th STS is no exception. They have one of the most unique mission sets out there in the world of special operations. With that said, what exactly is the 24th Special Tactics Squadron? What do they do? And what does it take to get into this highly prestigious Tier 1 unit? I'm going to answer all those questions for you, and much more. What's up everyone? I'm Veteran Vinny, the voice behind General Discharge. Join me as I take a deep dive into the Air Force's only Tier 1 unit. This is 24th Special Tactics Squadron. When the Tier 1 units need advanced coordination of air assets, direct fire missions via close air support, recovery of downed personnel in enemy territory, or advanced battlefield medical care, they rely on the 24th Special Tactics Squadron, also known as Task Force White, which is the US Air Force's only Tier 1 unit. Think of a Navy SEAL on SEAL Team 6. Next, think of a Delta Force operator. Finally, think of a Tier 1 Army Ranger with the Regimental Reconnaissance Company. Chances are, a 24th STS operator has trained up, worked with, and deployed alongside all three of these Tier 1 communities, all while being the subject matter experts of what they bring to the table. In other words, the 24th STS sets themselves apart from the other Tier 1 units because their operators are jacks of all trades and masters of their own. They spend years training up and going through multiple selections to join the unit, only to then learn the standard operating procedures and tactics, techniques, and procedures of the Tier 1 units they augment. As force multipliers, they're expected to seamlessly integrate with their teams in order to make things as effective as possible and to defeat the enemy. And if you integrate with Aura, today's sponsor, you'll be able to defeat the data brokers that are making a fortune selling your personal information. It's a really important time to be talking about identity theft because hackers may have stolen the social security numbers of every American. Yes, I'm not kidding. Over 2.9 billion records were stolen from national public data, which include full names, addresses, dates of birth, phone numbers, and social security numbers. And the worst part? Members of the hacker group have reportedly released this information for free online. If you weren't taking precautions with your personal information online before, then this should be a huge wake-up call. You've never been more vulnerable online than you are right now. But I'm not too worried about my personal information because I use Aura. Aura alerts me if they find my phone number, email, or social security number on the dark web. They're going to let me know fast if anyone tries to use this information to access my credit or bank accounts. And they even give me up to $5 million in identity theft insurance should the worst case scenario happen. They also provide a bunch of other features to keep me safe online, all inside one app. The reality is that it's on us to protect our personal data, but you don't have to do it alone. We could all use some peace of mind with Aura. You can go to our link aura.com/general discharge to try 14 days for free. That will be enough time for Aura to find out if any of your personal data is exposed. Don't let people exploit and profit off your private information. Again, that's aura.com/general discharge for your 14-day free trial. Links in the description or pinned comment below, or you can scan the QR code on screen. Now back to the video. As members of the Air Force, it should come as no surprise that the 24th Special Tactics Squadron brings an element and expertise of the air domain with them wherever they go. However, the 2-4 doesn't just control air assets. They conduct reconnaissance operations in foreign nations, set up air bases in austere environments, and provide some of the best air traffic control and medical services in the US military. They're able to do all of this because there's not just one type of operator that makes up the 2-4. There's actually a handful of different communities that belong to them. The communities that make up the 24th STS are predominantly Air Force combat controllers, pararescuemen, special reconnaissance, and select tactical air control party personnel. Let's give a quick breakdown of these communities. Combat controllers are special operators who are experts in battlefield air traffic control. They're not your average JTAC because they are highly trained and experienced in understanding the fourth dimensional airspace on the battlefield and can coordinate multiple aircraft for mission needs under the most intense pressure. One of the bravest things an individual can do is risk their life to save another. Air Force Pararescuemen do that for a living. PJs are quite literally the guardian angels of the US military. If someone needs to be saved, you can bet that a PJ can get the job done. They're also some of the most highly trained special operations medics in the military. Every single mission hinges on battlefield awareness, and that's exactly what Air Force Special Reconnaissance is dedicated to providing at any place at any time. As experts in multi-domain reconnaissance, Special Recon operators play a pivotal role in Air Force special warfare. They provide environmental reconnaissance capabilities to commanders by means of ground intelligence, surveillance, electronic and cyber warfare, and reconnaissance. In its simplest terms, a tactical air control party airman puts warheads on foreheads. If they were writing what they do on a resume, they'd say they work in austere environments, providing precision terminal attack guidance for US and coalition fixed and rotary wing close air support aircraft, artillery, and naval gunfire, while also establishing and maintaining command and control communications and advising ground commanders on the best use of air power. This wide variety of communities means that the 24th Special Tactics Squadron is an incredibly versatile Tier 1 asset. But make no mistake, while they mainly act as force multipliers, the 2-4 is capable of working on their own within the Air Force framework. They carry out their own missions, such as global access, precision strike, and personnel recovery, and their organizational structures are tied to their missions. Unlike what you see in other special operations units, the 2-4 will have different numbers of operating elements depending on the task at hand. On a high level, the 2-4 is broken down into various teams. There's the red, blue, silver, and gold teams, which consist of all sorts of operators, and these teams augment other special operations units. The black team sets up airfields all over the world. The green team consists of senior operators who train the airmen going through selection. There's also the commando team, which consists of multiple 2-4 members that have had experience in the color teams and are now senior operators. The commando team conducts operations all over the world just like the other teams, but they don't augment other units. With all that said, what does it take to join the 24th Special Tactics Squadron? For starters, every single operator must pass their respective community selection process, which can take upwards of 2 years depending on the community. Those pipelines alone wash out a majority of those who try out. This means that everyone showing up at selection for the 2-4 has already proven themselves in one way or another. Plus, most candidates have already done an assignment or two before showing up, so they have deployments under their belt. However, it's important to note that the 2-4 takes on more junior personnel compared to the other Tier 1 units. They often say that it is just a different job and doesn't require the experience from other assignments to be successful there. They even encourage people to apply after their first assignment. However, that does not mean everyone there will be green behind the ears. The first step an Air Force operator needs to go through to join the 2-4 is to attend their assessment and selection, or ANS for short. ANS is approximately 8 days and screens candidates in a variety of ways to see if they will be fit to work in the unit. Again, they're dealing with highly capable and accomplished people as is, so they are meticulously looking at candidates. If selected, candidates will move on to the Operator Training Course, or OTC for short, which lasts for several months. At OTC, candidates will receive all of the requisite training they need to work as a Tier 1 Air Force Special Tactics operator. All in all, the whole thing is about 10 months long. It's not like the training stops there though, because as I said earlier, they usually get thrown on workups with the Army or Navy and must learn how they do what they do. It's also important to mention that there's a plethora of support positions in the 2-4, and even the support airmen must pass their own version of selection to work in the unit. The operators might get all of the attention, but they couldn't do what they do without the help of their support personnel. Don't sleep on the Air Force. Most people think that they're just about pilots and planes, but when you take a deeper look into the branch, you'll find that there are some pretty cool opportunities and communities that people can work in. Joining the military is a big step, and you're dedicating years of your life to do it, so you need to make sure you show up prepared for whatever your goals are. And lucky for you, we have just the solution. One of the best things to help you work smarter, not harder, is by getting some good gear to help out your training. With rising prices everywhere, you gotta save money where you can. Our friends at TACP, a veteran-owned company, sell amazing gear at an affordable price for those who want to pass Special Operations selection. If you scan the QR code on screen or click the link in our description below, you'll have an extra 10% off added to your cart at checkout. The best time to start training is yesterday, so make sure to take advantage of this deal as soon as you can. Well, that is the down and dirty of the 24th Special Tactics Squadron. If you learned something from this video, make sure to give us a like and subscribe to our channel. As always, thank you for watching. Do you even want to be here?
All your friends are subscribing to General Discharge, and you don't even want to be here.